And now they're giving it a real name, and it's the stress that we now have after we got back from where we served. But it doesn't just apply to veterans. Since 9/11 in New York City, there's literally thousands upon thousands of people who have been diagnosed with PTSD, including 10,000 children, because of what happened on 9/11. And anybody that has gone through anything tragic will suffer PTSD in some form of another, one way or another. It happens to a lot of us that go through something that's really traumatic, something very stressful in your life. Putting all that aside, David had a lot of friends, and I'm looking at him right here, and I just want to have an open mic. If you want to come up and say something about David, something you did together, just something about him, something he did for you, and you just, wish you could have told him thanks sooner. I don't know what. In your heart, you know. But I would like you to just stand up. If you got a loud voice, you can share from where you're at. If you don't, come up here, use the microphone. But let's take some time and honor him by these are the memories. These are the things that we keep with us for the rest of our life. The things that we share today. These are the memories of David Grubbs. So if you have something, please stand and please come forward. Don't be shy.
I just want to say that I always remember, just like Patty says, his smile. Always smiling at everyone he saw, always giving you the hug. And I will miss him always, but I know that he finally gets to rest. And he was just always laughing. And even they would have 4th of July parties from the backyard, and they would have the music playing so he could see the fireworks but not have to hear the boom. And he would sing along with the songs, and he was just always so happy. And I miss him a lot every day.
Thank you very much. Somebody else, come on. I know we all got memories of David.
Good evening, everyone. Yo, that I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I will feel no evil. I met my comrade first time when he joined the DAV. The first day I met him, he had a smile on his face. And I looked at him and I said, "Now, I just met you." But he had a beautiful smile on his face. It's one of the kind of smiles that make you think that he's a friendly person, but at the same time, he's a very cautious person. And I have a habit of studying peoples because peoples is very interesting. And my comrade here was very interesting. He was a guy that always would volunteer for different work to be done in the chapter. I never saw him and heard him to complain. And I have to say it, for the way he was volunteered that in chapter 15, just like American Veteran, he kind of made me feel bad because I pulled back a little bit. And the reason why I pulled back is that you got age and you know your limitations. But for some reason, he was a fighter, he was a volunteer, and he was always a go-getter. The day like I said, I met him with that smile on his face, that's the way I'm going to remember him, because if you saw him out there anywhere, he'll come up to you and speak to you. And in closing, I would like to add this. We all have problems. I know what you're going through. We all have problems. But it's up to us as veterans to talk to one another and see how he's feeling. If his voice change, his attitude change, you know there's something wrong. But we can all talk to one another and pull this out. God bless you and thank you.
I'm sorry. Anybody else? Gary?
Yeah, I knew David very well. He would see me come up and give me a good bear hug and that big smile ahead. We would do a party. We used to call Patty the party girl. I used to stay away from the pool because she would push me in until she got a chance. And David would be there laughing if I ended up in the pool. I remember David and Patty had a volunteer dinner for the people of the fish tribe at the Catholic Church. And they were doing, I think, Sonny and Cher. I want to tell you that was the best thing I ever heard in my life. It was the funniest shit I had ever seen. And he played his part so well. But that was David. I remember at 1, 2, 3 parties there, he would come up to me and say, Gary, you got a shoe? And I said, yeah. He said, don't tell Patty. So I give him the shoe, and he just laughed and laughed. He's pulling the wool over her eye, but she didn't pull the wool over her eye. She knew. She could see that lump in his cheek. She knew. I'm proud that I got his last can of Copenhagen. Patty gave me that can. It sits on my dresser. I look at it every day. And if I can leave anything with you, his smile. If we could all just generate that smile, it would be great. And if anybody here would like to donate some food to the food drive, the veterans will get some of that food. Do it in remembrance of David, because he helped us on these food drives. He was very active in getting food for the homeless veterans. So if you want to do something good for David and donate a little food to the veterans, and he'll be up there smiling.
Okay. Anybody else? I know there's still some stories going around.
Hi, my name is Ron Bukovac. I'm Dave Grubbs' favorite nephew. I'm a Desert Storm veteran. This is very difficult for me. Some of the memories I have of him when his son Mike was 4 years old. I don't know if it was your birthday. Bought a Farrah Fawcett poster, and everybody knows what it looked like. And Dave said, "Pinch your boob, Mikey." And I'll never forget that. I bought you another one, remember that? Not too long ago, just kind of memories of that. And then another memory, we're in the backyard of my mom and dad's house where we grew up. We were barbecuing or something, and my mom and dad had a large light pole back there, probably 15 feet, maybe 20. Somebody was screwing around, threw a shoe up there. And I don't know whose shoe it was, but it was stuck up there, we're all looking at it. And Dave decided to just climb up that pole. Grabbed shoe, came back down. I was like, wow, this guy's badass. He was my hero. Somebody I looked up to. Somebody I could talk to. Who understood what I went through. I told her I can't compare what I went through to what you went through. Or what the guys in Iraq and Afghanistan went through. Or are going through. He told me, you know what, Ronnie? We all went through something. And that meant a lot to me. I'm going to miss him. He's my hero. And I'll never forget his laugh. Typical Grubb trait. Not very loud, just kind of, he's holding his arms like this. Always had a joke. Every time I saw him, he had a joke. I can never remember any of them. I wish I could. Short-term memory loss. But last time we were up here, Labor Day weekend, my wife and I kept telling my wife, I recently got married, told her, I said, you gotta meet my aunt and uncle. Gotta meet my aunt and uncle. Gotta meet my aunt and uncle. Always talked about it. I said, you can't understand it till you meet them. We came out, got to spend some time with them. My daughter, the other daughter could not make it. She had a commitment to go to. And he says, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? You want to go up to the mountains? What do you want to do? I said, I just want to spend time with you, just hang with you. And that's what we did. We went through, looked through pictures, sat down playing Uno. I don't think I've ever played cards with my uncle. I don't know if he knew what was going to happen, but he pulled out pictures. We started looking at pictures. He said, take whatever you want. And we just had a good time. Something I'll never forget. And if I didn't get that time to come up there with him, I would have regretted it the rest of my life. And now my wife is in love with him and my aunt. So unfortunately he's gone, so she can't spend more time with him and get to know him more. So peace to you, Uncle. Semper Fi. I love you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else?
Hi. Thanks, everybody, for coming out today. My name is Bruce Cox. I'm the commander for DAV Chapter 15 here in Pahrump. I'm also a Desert Storm veteran. I was a combat medic in Desert Storm. And I also work at the VA clinic here in town. David, I've known him and Patty for quite a few years. The one thing I regret is David and Patty, you guys had always asked Kim and I if we wanted to go out to the mountains with you guys. And we just, for whatever reason, we were busy, we just kept putting it off, and that's one thing I regret. I wish we would have done that with you guys. PTSD is just a bad thing. I see it all the time at the clinic. I had PTSD myself. If anybody wants to talk about it, please come to the clinic, get some help. There's so many people out here that can support you guys. And one thing I remember about David, he's seen my truck. I have a Dodge Dually 3500. And David, he had a little bitty truck. I always told David, I said, someday you'll get a big boy truck. And he did. He finally got a bigger truck. The only thing that was wrong with that, he had that San Diego sticker in the back of it. So, just going to miss him so much. And Patty, I love you guys. If you need anything, call Kim and I, okay? Thank you, guys.